It turned out to be some cinema on SmackDown.
Why you got that picture up of her?
That's the cover for the week. What you mean?
I love this picture personally.
What you mean?
This picture is the key. I cracked the fuck up because I know her and Bianca had a sewing party, and they said we're gonna do this shit. We're gonna get it together. And girl, come over the house. We're gonna make some mimosas.
Yeah.
Juan Smith fabric. I'm gonna make you a bodysuit. And then I'm gonna pull out this. They went to Joanne's and lost their.
Lobby.
They was in their play. They was in their play acting, and Naomi's job was to keep the liquor poured and make sure you fill in the Google Doc with what we talking about.
Like I gotta go to this movie premiere. I gotta go to this movie premiere. Can you make me some?
I got you,
over
girl.
top of this.
I got you, girl.
Grace. I just want to go out here looking like Paulie dangerously.
So when I saw the end of this and I realized, hey, Naomi says she did it. Jade Cargill beat her ass for doing it. I posted on the timeline, I said, I told y'all Bianca was innocent. And matter of fact, Ken Lou, it was a couple people out there that was like, hey, let it cook. So I want to ask y'all. I mean, Naomi said she did it. WWE's kind of acknowledged that she said that she did it. Do we think there's? Is this what it is, or are there layers to this?
You said. Let me tell you something about people that are
wrong
into the English language. They are very keen on how they say certain things. You said, she said it, and the way you said, then you said WWE even said that she said it. You don't even believe fully that she did it. I don't believe that she fully. I believe there are layers to this, and I feel something else is a brewing.
I want to pull up how WWE actually wrote it on the.
Sorry, maybe
it said Naomi admits to Jade Cargill's attack, because I said I mentioned that specifically because it feels like it's not me. When people read that and they see WWE putting it out there, they're immediately like, "Yo, Bianca did that shit." They telling you what it said, but they saying Bianca did that shit. Is Bianca's the heel?
No,
that's the part I feel like I don't know. It feels like things are different in WWE, especially when it's especially creatively. And I feel like they will test the waters and try to make things appear to be super muddy and see how far they can go with the mud. But I don't know what the twists and turns are. I just feel like the energy is giving, it's giving Emmy, but it's also giving something else that I just can't put my finger. I'm not even going to profess to say I know what it is, because I don't. It just doesn't feel right. It's good, but it doesn't feel right.
I feel like there's two. I mean, she's got a whole championship match. Bianca has a whole championship match.
Yeah.
At Mania. I believe that the quote unquote mud may be, how does Jade feel about Bianca post this situation? But I don't think we're gonna get like a "I did it for Bianca" moment. I think Naomi. I think Naomi is a lone gunman. You know what I'm saying? But there is more juice in the situation, depending on, you know what I mean, how folks feel their way out. But yeah, a lot of people are talking about the chicks from Meta popping up on Sister Naomi's behalf, and that would be hard.
This ain't the first time I see somebody say Bailey was involved too.
Bailey.
Again, this is what I'm saying. Like the way the conversation we just had about the way WWE wrote about how Naomi saying she admitted to it. People have been looking into the Bailey aspect, going back as far as War Games and that whole conversation of getting them all involved because the whole thing was we've been beefing and now we got to be a team, just like it was the year before. So at a certain point, they had to kind of come to grips with, all right, we're going to align with Bailey, we're going to align with such and such and be down. But when Bailey was trying to be like, hey, I'm cool with y'all, I promise. I'm not trying to do I know I was down with Damage Control. I know it's been a bunch of shit, but I'm cool. People were giving her the side eye, like, don't trust that woman right there. So when people say Bailey, it makes me think to back then and people, because I do think a lot of everybody watches the show different. I think some people will watch the show thinking, hey, Bailey's the culprit. She's been conniving before, go to role models, whatever. Maybe she's the orchestrator, and they could give you a short dissertation on why they think that'll be. I don't believe that. But it's giving BAFTA is funny. WWE could win a BAFTA. They are international. I'm sorry, Didi. What you saying?
I guess for me, I'm just enjoying this. So I'm not even looking at it trying to figure out what's going on personally. This is the first time where I'm just like, oh, what's going to happen next? Like,
right?
Yeah, next we go SmackDown. Like, I'm not even looking at it to be like, yeah, girl, because when Bailey was in the corner and she had her,
I didn't even see that.
He coughed, and
that's how they break it down.
It was the cough was real hoarse, and you know Bailey talk.
Do some tweets, do some searches.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, come on.
I blame EA Boss.
Yeah.
Damn.
I just thoroughly enjoy this. I think both ladies did a phenomenal job. Bianca in her Deaconess outfit, Naomi, and Naomi we sort of foreshadowed the heel turn because when she came out of the Elimination Chamber, she had on her regular black wig. And her black wig lately. I think Naomi did an excellent job with the range and the acting, and you ungrateful bitch. I should have pushed her sooner.
Harder.
That
Sooner.
When he jumped up.
You ungrateful bitch. Like
when he jumped up.
It was well done. I did it, B. I did it.
Yeah.
It was just so good. And like I was kind of annoyed because looking at other wrestling forums and other I really have finally realized that race is just always going to play a factor in how audiences view things. And for as many cheesy things that I see in wrestling, like and I've said that, I'm like, all of the shit is cheesy, but we love it, right? All of it is cheesy. But to see on certain wrestling, boards and forums, people like, yeah, because the acting was hard, and this, that, and the third, and all that. I'm like, y'all literally cheered a man saying yes, giving super kicks. Like let's be for real here, guys.
Right. In fact,
I think that it's probably one of the most compelling women's stories that we've had in quite some time. And the reason why is because they're such good friends, and we believe that they're good friends. And outside of this, I think that Bianca and Naomi are good friends. So when you have that chemistry, and what this also tells me is that Jade is not as good of a friend to them as they are to each other. It just doesn't feel with Naomi and Bianca. It's I'll never forget when Bianca's first WrestleMania happened, when she won the belt off of Mercedes, and there was a picture that was in one of their Instagram stories of Naomi putting her braid in, and this was when she first came up.
I think I remember that.
And Naomi has always been a sister to
a girl's girl.
And I think she embraced Bianca early on, and people just never forget that. And I think that is why the segments were so fun with them in the matching outfits and how they were doing things, and then the segment was here. I think, and I said this at the panel Saturday, Jade is a MacGuffin for Bianca and Naomi's story, in my opinion. I think that the true heavy lifting from this whole situation really comes from them two.
Mm-hmm.
And they're doing what they're supposed to do, right? You're helping newer talent get over. You're helping, I mean, not that she's not quote unquote over, but helping newer talent develop and move. And they're doing the job, they're doing what they're supposed to do. But these two ladies really proved, I give kudos to Naomi for being around as long as she has been. And now getting a refresh. And I think this heel turn was more needed for Naomi than it was for Bianca. Bianca can kind of live without being heel for a little bit longer. Especially with this situation. I think this situation helped both ladies because it's made Bianca's character more interesting now because she has to deal with this, and it totally helped Naomi's character because now we're trying to see how this affects Naomi's moveset, how this affects how she fights in matches and things like that. So there's a lot of meat on the bone and a lot of things that can come from this. I think it'll be interesting to see where Jade goes, because do you have Jade keep beating Naomi up, because it doesn't work if Naomi doesn't get one-ups on her.
Yeah, I don't want to see Jade beat up Naomi again. We've seen it twice already in the last 2 times they were together.
Yeah, it makes it, that if it keep happening, it's kind of weird booking, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If it keeps happening, it don't feel like it's a WrestleMania match.
But then it kind of makes the necessity of her maybe clicking up with some other folks.
Right. Yeah, she still needs some backup against Shorty. Yeah.
I think they got to be careful, right? They got to be careful because they got to keep everybody here whole. I want folks to reserve their judgment for what they think they're going to get from Sister Jade, as we don't know what she's been up to. We have seen her on vacation, but she could be back. She could have been, hopefully she was back there sharpening her tools, but more importantly, hoping she was back there talking to someone who can get her to work properly, as we don't need her to be putting on a million moves. She's the biggest girl. She needs to be the monster she's supposed to be.
Yeah. I forget who asked, and I'm sorry. Somebody asked, because I hate when we do a whole show and then like a bunch of information pops out and then it feels like we're playing like dumb catch up. But like over from Friday, I guess from Friday throughout the weekend, it's been random stories popping up about Jade. And before we say anything, though, Vaughn, the MacGuffin, DDM saying that Bianca's a MacGuffin for the story is the truest shit he said that Saturday. I mean, that's the MacGuffin. You saying, well, yeah, but regardless, like Jade being the MacGuffin, like that's just that it. She's literally the story wouldn't be happening if it's just what it is. But I mean, I'm surprised that people are not understanding what that term was at BlurCon. Either way, we're at a time where there's a lot of like dirt sheet talk and tweets. Like there was a whole story that popped up about Jade and Shayna Baszler having some type of issue. If I'm not mistaken, what I read was that Jade Cargill had commented or critiqued Shayna's work in the ring. And then there was a PLE where Bianca and Jade, I guess they faced 2 of the 3 out of Pure Fusion Collective, or it was a match, and I saw there were clips of Shayna with Jade in like a choke. She had her yoked up, and they were saying that was her trying to say, "Oh, I don't know how to do holds. Escape this hold in the match." But from what the reports were saying, Shayna wasn't the only one that had issues. She was just the one that kind of decided to get physical. And like as the reports were going out, people were mentioning it. They mentioned it in the panel before our panel that night about Liv Morgan had a tweet that seemed like it was referencing what Jade was saying in the video. Chelsea Green had a tweet about somebody talking about wolves, and I'm sitting here like it's Bianca and Naomi and Jade. Everybody's on them Twitter machines.
A bunch of motherfuckers shouldn't be saying shit.
What? At a certain point, we all need to just shut the fuck up and let the mystery be, right?
This is the thing we don't talk about.
Triple D Skill says Triple H's been working the sheet since he took over, so not sure what rumors are true. That's a good. There are a couple of rumors. There was a couple of things that came out, and there was like 0 for 2, 0 for 3. It was a bunch of stories that was just YouTube.com/Black Razzle for that one. There may be some truth to that because I have been seeing like there's been a lot of stuff that's come out. It's like, you know what? That's a lie. That's a lie. But if I hadn't seen them images of Shayna Baszler yoking up Jade Cargill,
she choked out.
Just felt regular. Like I can't imagine that she would say something like that.
Jade?
Yes, because she's not like you just got here.
I thought she said it after she got choked out.
Right. That's what
I did I read it wrong? I could have read it wrong. I thought
oh yeah. That was her response allegedly was to after that incident happened.
I'm sorry if I read it wrong.
I don't really like to speak about these types of incidents.
Yeah.
Somebody asked us to speak on
comment since they asked. I will say this: having watched that AEW reality show, and seeing some of the run-ins that Jay had with the talent there, I remember specifically an incident with Red Velvet, and then initially I chalked it up to maybe Red Velvet has a bit of a green eye because Jay is getting the push that she's getting, so maybe that's influencing her decision. But I also think back, since we're here now, I think back to when Jonathan Coachman was peddling that story about Bianca and Jade not necessarily getting along. And then you have this story with Jade and Shayna Baszler, which we don't know if she said it to Shayna Baszler or not. So
we don't know anything, honestly, is what we don't know. But yeah.
We can't say that. However, I will say this: if it indeed happened, just based off of ring appearances on television, one of those two parties is not qualified to be telling the other party what they can't work like, and that's just reality.
Sting 'em.
I mean, facts are facts. But again, it's I think time is very interesting. All this stuff happening and then multiple stories, but that's why I think the comment about the working of the sheets, at the very least, that Twitter play, anybody tweeting and quote tweeting and going back and forth, I would assume I don't even know if that's breaking the fourth wall at this point.
I'm scrolling past.
I will say this: Miss Naomi is having a good time on her social medias.
Yes, and I'm loving it.
Oh yeah, that's good though. She should be.
And now I'm cracking up.
Cracking up. She calling her a bitch, telling her she stank. All of it. I love it.
No,
they said I hate you and I hate you and that old man.
Damn. So is the hope that this would turn into a Naomi Jade match at WrestleMania? Do you think that's in the cards?
100%.
Yeah.
I love to fight.
I think if we do have that, I hope that they are practicing now. Which I'm sure that they are.
They said Jade had been in the Performance Center.
Only reason I'm saying is because I want them to be successful. And, I don't want any room left for people to say, oh, they should have never had a match on Mania, because Naomi's worked very hard and she have a moment like this. and I just really hope that she, if that is,
what's wrong with his face? Let me fix that comment. I don't want there to be any room for me to say. Is that better? Is that better?
It's not about me.
No, not you. I'm looking at. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not saying me because
I'm saying me. I'm saying me. I'm saying.
Okay. I want them to be successful because I want to have a card where we have multiple black women on the card.
That's right.
Facts.
Mania. So all jokes aside, even though I have my critiques and even though I have my personal opinions, at the end of the day, to have 3 black female talent on the card, especially when black male talent is pretty much non-existent in the upper card, and are being booked atrociously in the middle card, and being denied in the tag team card. These 3 ladies are the vanguard right now, whether you like it or not. They are the vanguard for representation of African American people on this product right now.
Can I say that not enough has been talked about the amount of cooling off WWE did with Naomi after she came from TNA being the biggest wrestler, not woman, biggest wrestler in that company. She was the biggest draw in TNA, and they came over here, and I'm gonna be honest, up until recently, I mean, they put them together and all that, but they cooled her off dramatically.
There was a lot of like random singles matches on SmackDown where she wasn't really doing much here, or she lost. Yeah,
yuck.
And that's what she's talking about right now.
Yeah,
she's right now.
What'd you say?
No. Go. I said she was boiling, but
no, 100%. Well, and I like that. I once she started to break, once the tears started to roll, and what'd she say? Every time I try to step up and clock in, you guys, you always hold again. However she worded, like that was some real shit right there. That was some real shit. It's funny though, because for as much as people talk about Bianca possibly being the heel in this instance, I love the fact that she's got 2 totally different storylines, because on SmackDown it's the big it's the dissolution of the big 3. On Raw, they cooking up a whole triple threat match, and she ain't even having she ain't talking about Jade. She ain't talking about Naomi.
Boiling.
She mentioned it.
She ain't have to, is what I'm saying.
She's boiling.
She legit has 2 totally different storylines or 2 totally different shows right now. She could totally not acknowledge them and still be good. She damn near winning that championship in Vegas.
I believe, and it's one of those words I hate. It's one of the words I hate in pro wrestling. But
don't you do it.
She wore a bunch of folks like a backpack this past 365 plus. She deserves it.
I knew you was gonna say it.
Get it?
I knew you was gonna say it. I was gonna say don't say the D word. I was gonna say don't say the D word, but I mean, look.
Can I say the D word?
Can
I say the D
word? I think if there's anybody that would deserve it, Bianca's been on her grind as a champion, not as a champion. And I think the key is again, on the mic, she is total pro wrestler. She knows how to deliver them lines. She know how to take slaps from Io Sky. She know how to deliver the emotions with Naomi and Jade.
She's the GOAT. She's the GOAT, Cal. I don't give a fuck with nobody.
In WWE right now, I don't know who's better than her.
She's the GOAT.
On all cylinders. Ain't nobody hitting like Bianca's hitting right now. Prove me wrong.
I'm on my
Ain't nobody Ain't nobody proving you wrong because it is what it is.
Facts is facts.
It is what it is.
Cry to your mama if you think it's something different.
I love this bitch.
What I'm saying is,
I love
there's nothing that she can't do.
That's right.
It's nothing. She's whoever you say is the best. She can do whatever they do.
Facts.
Plus,
really. Wow.
That's facts. That's always been facts. I always felt like that.
Okay.
Always felt like that.
All right.
There she go. She cooking. She cooking something up right now. She got some Haitian mac and cheese. She cooking right now. All right, don't
with some bell peppers.
Yeah. You see. Don't bullshit me. She waiting for that 50 conversation. Don't worry.
She's a superior athlete.
That's right.
Yeah,
Maserati.
She's a superior athlete. I think she's a superior wrestler.
Period.
Yeah.
It's nothing you can do.
I think she's really acquiring all the skills
and homegrown.
But the key was seeing that segment on Friday and then Monday seeing a totally different segment because again we're going from we are squad. And I found out that the girl that has been we tag champions, we going to NXT, we going to Raw, we going to SmackDown, we riding the road and we cool, like y'all was saying. Naomi's so cool. Naomi made Sasha Banks look cool. I'm gonna just say it. And I think Bianca and Naomi, when they get together, they really match energy. And because you can see with that segment the other night, them creative juices really be flowing. Bianca then went on Raw and had a totally different conversation. She had a look. My time is going to this WrestleMania right now, and all I got to do is beat this champion, and I've got the other behemoths in the division on the other side of town telling me that I did it. If there's somebody better in the WWE women's division than Bianca Belair, prove it.
I don't think anybody's arguing with you.
You can't.
I'm on my own against the wall.
God dang it, he's singing.
You know I will never fall.
Facts.
Because when the crowd, they hear me roar. And now they see I'm way much better than before. I never needed you at all.